I'm on the train! And perhaps more specifically, a train heading the short distance from Aberdeen to Portlethen, our latest forgotten town.
Hi there, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are now approaching Portlethen.
Portlethen, Kincardineshire, population 9,090, rank number 986.
So we alight onto the not-so-mean streets of Portlethen to find an unremarkable modern residential town with a railway station, yes, but without any obvious CBD or other focal point. Background research suggests that the older coastal settlement may be of greater interest, so I set my sights initially in that direction. I have found that I have precisely 28 minutes in Portlethen, which is not a new record for the podcast. My shortage of time is coupled with the complete absence of real ale outlets. Suggests that actually about 28 minutes here is the right amount of time. In fact, by some token, possibly too long. So we find that the original village grew up around a natural harbour which still exists as the tiny Portlethen village, but with the modern town a good half-mile inland. Beyond that, the area has generally been passed through on the way to and from Aberdeen. Firstly by the Causey Mount, a medieval drover's road, then by the railway, and now by the A92. However, something did once happen here. The 1780 Battle of Portlethen. It seems a French privateer, essentially a foreign vessel chancing its arm with a bit of casual piracy under the vague distraction of the war raging at the time, stormed one merchant vessel at sea and ran another into the harbour here. There were apparently 4 casualties, and the British Army were required to repel the attackers. Very pleasant walk down, if windy, from the station, which is in the modern town, towards the village, which is the old harbour en route. We've gone past a couple of farms, and at the end of the road, beckoning the whole while, has been the North Sea. So actually, we're now turning the corner. I can see that Portlethen village is perhaps not spectacularly different in terms of architecture. So you know what, I didn't bother turning the corner. I've just carried straight down to the sea. The end of the road for me, where the footpath hits the cliff top, and I get a nice view out to sea. Actually, it's a charming little cove here. There's a beach, if you like, freezing water and sharp pebbles for your beach action. Here's your place. Thanks for having me. Enjoy your evening, seagulls. So, with about a quarter of an hour left until our onward train, it's time to retrace our steps back towards the station, or risk having to hang around 2 extra hours in Portlethen. We may not have dipped our toe into the North Sea, but we have at least made some attempt to view the rugged and windswept local topography at first hand. Church, we do at least have time to dip into the show's not exactly bulging post bag. It does, however, contain this text message from a Mr. Chumfatty of Papua New Guinea, who states succinctly, Kincardineshire, that's a new one on me, Governor. Well, I thank you, listener, for your succinct contribution, which I shall use as a conversational springboard from which to leap into a more elevated consideration of this county, courtesy of information gleaned from the good people of the Wikishire website. Whilst modern governance, boo, hiss, etc., has passed into the hands of Aberdeenshire Council, the 380 square miles of Kincardineshire were independent for many centuries, enjoying the perhaps unique distinction of a county being named for a town which had ceased to exist, the borough of Kincardine having evaporated once its castle was destroyed. Stonehaven, coming up in the next episode, became the county town as long ago as 1600. Don't forget that you can follow progress and find previous episodes via forgottentowns.org. Until next time, good night.
Portlethen, Kincardineshire.